Welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're taking on the I Ching,
Oh, cool.
also called the I Ching or the Book of Changes.
Right.
It's that ancient Chinese system of wisdom.
Uh-huh.
And we're using an excerpt from Consult the I Ching online free I Ching reading as our guide today.
Oh, interesting.
So have you ever thought of the I Ching as like life's GPS?
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
The I Ching can definitely give you some insights into making decisions and understanding all the changes that happen in our lives.
Right. And maybe you've heard of the I Ching before, or maybe you haven't.
Yeah.
But let's break it down for everyone.
Okay.
So what is this ancient text all about? And how is it that it's survived for centuries and is even online now?
Well, the I Ching is all about understanding the patterns and connections in our lives.
Okay.
It's based on the interplay of yin and yang, those fundamental forces of the universe.
Right. Yeah.
You could say it's a way of tapping into this deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us.
Okay. Yeah. Yin and yang. I've definitely heard those before. But to be honest,
Yeah.
I don't know if I totally grasp them.
Okay.
It's more than just light and dark, right?
Yeah, they're often oversimplified.
Yeah.
So in the I Ching, and specifically this website,
Okay.
yin is represented by broken lines.
Okay.
And it's not just about being passive,
Yep.
it's about being receptive,
All right.
about adapting and going with the flow. Think of water shaping itself to the container it's in.
Oh, okay. So it's about being flexible and open to change.
Exactly.
Got it.
And then there's yang,
Okay.
which is represented by solid lines.
Mm-hmm.
And this is about taking charge and action. But it's not just about brute force, it's also about initiative and being
Yeah.
clear about your intentions.
Okay, so if I'm getting this right, it's about finding that balance between
Right.
being receptive and taking action.
You got it.
Okay.
The I Ching suggests that both of those things are essential for navigating life effectively.
Right.
And this is where the 64 hexagrams come in.
Oh.
Each hexagram is a unique combination of yin and yang lines, and they represent a specific situation or state of being.
Okay.
Imagine them as 64 snapshots of the different possibilities that life can present.
Oh, wow. 64 snapshots.
Yeah.
That's a lot to take in.
It is a lot, yeah.
How do you even begin to make sense of all those different combinations?
Yeah.
And what does it have to do with this online I Ching reading we're talking about?
Well, that's where this source material gets interesting. Traditionally, you determine your hexagram by tossing coins.
Oh, okay.
It's a tactile process that's almost like a ritual.
Right.
But this website offers a more modern take.
Okay.
You can generate a hexagram digitally.
Oh, interesting.
So it makes it much more accessible to a contemporary audience.
So bringing ancient wisdom into the digital age.
Exactly.
I have to admit, though, that coin tossing method sounds pretty intriguing.
Yeah.
Is there something lost in translation when you go digital?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So the essence of the I Ching remains the same. But there's something to be said for the traditional method. That physical act of tossing coins can connect you to the history and energy of the practice in a very unique way.
Like you're actively participating in the process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not just passively receiving information,
Right. Okay.
but ultimately whether you go digital or stick to tradition. The goal is to gain insight into a specific question or situation that you're facing.
Okay. So let's say I'm wrestling with a big decision, like maybe a career change. How would consulting the I Ching help me with that?
Okay.
Would it just tell me what to do?
Not quite.
Okay.
It doesn't offer simple prescriptive answers.
Right.
Instead, it provides a framework for understanding the forces at play
Okay.
and helps you approach your decision with more awareness and clarity.
Gotcha.
Let's imagine for a moment that you consult the I Ching,
Okay.
whether through tossing coins or clicking a button online, and you receive a specific hexagram.
Okay. I'm picturing it.
Yeah.
Got my hexagram.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
how do I actually interpret it?
Well, each hexagram has layers of meaning,
Yeah.
built up over centuries of study and interpretation.
Okay.
But remember, the I Ching is all about change.
Mm-hmm.
So a big part of the interpretation depends on which lines within your hexagram are changing lines.
Wait, changing lines?
Yeah.
You mentioned that before.
Right.
But I'm still not really sure what that means. Like,
Right.
what does that actually mean?
So imagine those 6 lines of your hexagram.
Okay.
When you cast the I Ching,
Okay.
whether through coins or digitally, some lines might be marked as changing.
Mm.
And this indicates that a particular aspect of your situation is in flux. It's in a state of transition.
So if my hexagram is about my career change, a changing line might suggest that my current job is about to change in some way.
Exactly.
Okay.
So let's say, for example, one of the
Okay.
changing lines in your hexagram relates to your work environment.
Mhm.
The interpretation might suggest that a change in leadership is coming, or maybe a reorganization of the company, something that could significantly impact your decision.
Wow, that's pretty specific. So it's not just about the overall meaning of the hexagram, but also about paying attention to these changing lines and what they reveal about my situation.
Precisely.
Okay.
The changing lines add a layer of depth and dynamism to the reading,
Yeah.
and they provide clues about how things might unfold.
So it's not telling me what to do, but it's giving me more information so I can make a better decision.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
Okay. It's like the I Ching is saying, here are the potential influences shaping your situation. Now, consider them carefully as you move forward.
Right. This is starting to make a lot of sense. But going back to our source material,
Sure.
the website we're using today, does it offer any unique insights into interpreting these changing lines?
This is where it gets interesting.
Okay.
The website we're looking at today provides a more modern take on the I Ching, offering interpretations that are tailored to a contemporary audience.
Okay.
It might emphasize themes that are particularly relevant to today's world, like career choices, relationships, or even technology.
Oh, wow. So while the core principles of the I Ching remain constant, the interpretation can evolve to meet the needs of the times.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's what makes the I Ching so fascinating.
Mm.
It's an ancient system of wisdom that remains surprisingly relevant in the 21st century.
It's like a conversation across time, connecting ancient wisdom with modern dilemmas.
You said it.
That's cool.
And it's important to remember that the I Ching is not just about divination or predicting the future.
Okay.
It's a system for self-discovery and personal growth.
Right.
It encourages us to look inward and explore our own values, beliefs, and patterns of behavior.
So consulting the I Ching can be a tool for personal reflection, even if you're not facing a specific decision.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It can offer insights into your strengths and weaknesses, your fears and desires.
Oh.
It can help you understand why you might be stuck in certain patterns or struggling with certain challenges.
It's like holding a mirror up to yourself,
Yes.
but the reflection goes much deeper.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And this is where the connection to Taoist philosophy becomes really clear.
Okay, you've mentioned Taoism a couple of times.
Yeah.
Can you remind me how that ties into the I Ching?
Taoism is a Chinese philosophy
Okay.
that emphasizes living in harmony with the natural order of things. It's about accepting change, embracing the unknown, and finding balance in the midst of life's ups and downs.
So the I Ching, with its focus on yin and yang and the ever-changing nature of reality, aligns perfectly with those core Taoist principles.
Exactly.
Okay.
You could say that the I Ching is a practical expression of Taoist philosophy.
That's fascinating, and it really speaks to the enduring power of these ancient wisdom traditions.
Yeah.
They offer insights that are just as relevant today as they were centuries ago.
That's the beauty of it. It's a testament to the enduring search for meaning and understanding. That connects us across time and cultures.
Speaking of searching for meaning, you mentioned earlier that the I Ching doesn't give us the answer, but helps us ask better questions.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that a bit? What kind of questions does the I Ching encourage us to ask?
It encourages us to look beyond the surface and consider the underlying dynamics of a situation.
Okay.
Instead of asking, should I take this new job? You might ask, what are the potential challenges and opportunities that this job change would bring? Or what aspects of myself would this new role help me develop?
So it's about moving away from yes-no questions and embracing a more nuanced perspective.
Exactly.
Okay.
The I Ching invites us to ask open-ended questions that encourage introspection and exploration. It's about understanding the context, the motivations, and the potential consequences of our actions.
It's like the I Ching is a wise mentor, guiding us to ask the right questions so we can discover our own answers.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah.
It's about empowering us to find our own path, rather than dictating a specific course of action.
This has been such an illuminating deep dive into the I Ching.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground, from the basics of yin and yang to the intricacies of hexagrams and changing lines.
Yeah.
What's the key takeaway you'd like our listener to walk away with today?
I think the most important thing to remember is that the I Ching is a tool for understanding and navigating change. It's not about predicting a fixed future, but about recognizing the patterns and cycles that shape our lives.
Okay.
It's about learning to dance with the flow of the universe, rather than resisting it.
It's about finding that sweet spot between being receptive and taking action, embracing both yin and yang as essential forces in our journey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And remember, the I Ching is a system that has been studied and contemplated for centuries.
Right.
There's a depth to it that can be explored for a lifetime.
Wow.
It's a journey worth taking. And who knows what insights and aha moments you might discover along the way.
Maybe even spark enough curiosity to try a reading for themselves.
I'd encourage anyone who's intrigued to explore further.
Yeah.
Whether you consult an online resource like the one we've been discussing, pick up a book, or even try the traditional coin method, engaging with the I Ching can be a powerful catalyst for personal growth and transformation.
Well, on that note, we'll leave you to ponder the wisdom of the I Ching. Remember, the real journey begins not with finding all the answers, but with having the courage to ask the right questions. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep seeking, keep exploring, and keep expanding your understanding of this fascinating world we live in.